Yes, gang, welcome to another episode of Once We Are Not the Same. This is 2 Feet Bear Creps. I'm your host, Phoenix the Fireboy, aka Mr. P Fire, aka Mr. P's and Q's, aka P Did You Enter That Raffle, aka What the Hell Is One of Those, aka Phoenix and the Flames EP coming soon, aka It's Mr. P with all the aliases, aka Mr. P I will not stumble over one alias, not one. In fact, I'm going to add 3 more. That makes 4. 4 at your door. Bang, bang. Okay, let's reverse this. aka Mr. P Peaceful. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, guys. Help me out here. Anyway, you know what it is. Like I said, it's another episode of 2 Feet Bear Creps, and I'm your boy, Phoenix the Fireboy. Let's get into it, man. Okay, beautiful people, thank you for joining me once again. It's always a pleasure, as you know. 2 Feet Bear Creps, you know what it is. Pair of creps, me waxing lyrical, me having a little soliloquy about said creps, and yeah, what else is there to say? You know what it is, does what it says on the tin, and you know, I'm your boy, the bearded one. So, let's talk about today's pair of creps. Cast your mind back to a time. Sound like deja vu? Maybe. So cast your mind back to a time when queues were a thing. People used to come up and bum rush the queue. You'd have the kids who'd been there for 2-3 days. Alright, depending on what the shoe was, but you had kids that had been there putting in the work, you know, little white kids, little Asian kids, you know. These were the forefront. They would be the people that got there first, you know. And of course you had the crep heads who would be there first, second, third and last, you know. We was always about. So cast your mind back to these times where you go up to West End and you'd see the Foot Locker, you know the one. You see the Foot Locker and it would be ram. People will be queuing up from God knows when. Things will be crazy. You know, you'd have people trying to secure the pair at Foot Locker. You'd look over across at Nighttown. Nighttown would be looking crazy. And you're like, damn. You see people flitting them back and forth between Nighttown and Foot Locker. And then further down the road, what did you have? You had Selfridges. In Selfridges, of course, you had Offspring. And then people will be doing the trip, running over to Selfridges to try and secure the next pair. So, now I've set the scene. You remember the times, not too long ago. Let me think. I want to say maybe about 5 years ago, this was still popping off. I don't know. Time flies so quick and my memory is kind of hazy. But I'm going to say 5 years ago. I think that's when I picked up this pair that we're about to look into. But anyway, so I think it was about 5 years ago. And yeah, like I said, times was crazy. You had cartels, you know, making sure they secure the bag here and there. Resellers was going crazy, doing their thing, putting in the work. You know what I mean? That's one thing you couldn't say that they didn't do. You know, resellers was putting in the work. They'd be there early. They'd have their people there early. You had certain people who would come in and sort of, oh yeah, I was here, and you know, sort of try and bamboozle their way in. But again, if you know, you know. You can bamboozle your way past certain people, and there's certain people you won't bamboozle your way past because certain people know the game, certain people are too tame. I like that. Certain people know the game, certain people are too tame. This pickup particularly, I think it was a bit messy, and when I say messy, there was a few people. It wasn't like a crazy messy, you know, not one of those Foot Locker, you know, crazy ass riot kind of messes. But it was, I think, you know, I got there early. From what I remember, I got there early. It weren't really an issue. Everything was kind of gravy. And then I think afterwards, as is always the case, you know, people started coming. I think maybe they was rushing down from Foot Locker or something like that. I can't remember. It's been a while. But anyway, let's not listen to me soliloquize for too long. Let's actually get into the shoes. And by shoes, I mean crepes. We use the word crepes here. We don't use sneakers. We use trainers, or we use crepes. Yeah, that sneaker thing, it's not really me. Never been a sneaker head, always been a crep head. Anyway, shut up, P. Throw it down, show him the box. There, you see that box right there? And you see what it says on there? SO. That means standing outside. Either that or it's my initials, but anywho's. Cool, let's get into it. I don't know if it says on the box, but as you can see, it's a Jordan 1 box. So, you know, can you guess what pair it is? If you've seen the thumbnail, then you probably can guess what pair it is, which is a shame, but hey, who cares, man? I suppose you gotta let the world know what it is so that they click on it, but I kind of like the art of surprise. Anywho, one is waffling. Open the box. Paper, paper, paper. You know what it is. Alright, let me just take these out. I'll just leave that there for a second. I don't know how that looks on camera, but I'm gonna leave it there for a second. Fold this box away and take a sip of agua. Refreshing. Stay hydrated, kids. Alright, my people, let's get into the shoes. So people, what we have here is a Jordan 1 top 3. This was the first top 3 to release. You know, there's the other top 3, I believe, like with the gold and stuff like that. But this was the first top 3 to release. Now, these released in 2016, I believe, November. I did my quick Google. 2016. So yeah, 4 years ago. So I wasn't far off. These released 4 years ago, and as I said, I copped these from Offspring. Did I say? If I didn't say, I'm saying. So I copped these from Offspring. Check out the box. Like I said, back in the days when you could go up, yo, what's your name? Boom, boom, boom. Put your initials on the box. You go up, you pick them up, you know. You had a good relationship with the ladies outside. They always used to hook you up. If they knew you and they remembered you, you know, they knew who you were, whether you was a reseller, not a reseller, you know. And they would, you know, as long as you was there and in the queue, they would hook you up. As long as you was behaving by the rules, of course. I'm not saying I was getting any free hookups. I wish, you know, that day still has not happened. But I digress. I think it was quite simple. I might have got to Offspring maybe about 8 o'clock. I think this day I didn't go crazy. Like normally I might get there a bit earlier, but I think I got there about 8 o'clock, and obviously they open at 9 or 10. I can't quite remember. My memory is so hazy. I don't remember if they opened at 9 then or if they've always opened at 10. But either way, I didn't get there crazy early, you know, like 4 or 5 hours before. It was definitely only about 2 hours before. Got there was no one really crazy. I think maybe people was at Night Town or at Foot Locker. They normally used to have them, so I think more people went there. And Offspring was kind of like it was still, funny enough, still a little, not underground, but compared to your Night Town and your Foot Locker, it was still a bit underground. Not everyone would go to Selfridges because they'd think, oh, they're only going to have a few pairs, so I'm not even going to bother there. Whereas, you know, that was my kind of go-to spot. I've been going Offspring for years, you know, so that was my go-to spot. So on this shoe here, it's 3 simple but really classic shoes, and I think they've done this really well. You know, if we look at the first shoe here, you know, I just think the blue hit there leading into the white, which leads into the black, and then you've got the bread toe, which I think is really, really nice. And it just gives that, it flows nicely, you know. Red, white and blue obviously works together, as we know. Flinging the black to break it up, you can't really go wrong. Look at the other side here, and then you've got that really royal hit, which is kind of, I really love the royals. Obviously I've got them in the stash and I really, really like them. One of my favourite shoes of all time. The materials on those are really good as well. Are they shattered backboard? Maybe just under. Yeah, just under. They're definitely, they're not quite shattered backboard, but they're not far off. Really good quality. You've got your white tongue here with your Nike Air in white on a red label bed. You have your bread toe here. You got a mainly white upper with a black swoosh, and then you have the royal hits on the heel tab here and also on the wing strap, which is there. the wing icon is in black. If you look on the other side, you have more a royal upper. You know, if you were to cover just that bit of red, it would look like a royal from the side. And then you have the bread toe showing just like so. Really nice, really simple. Red sole. Tidy. Shoe 2. You have a mainly bread upper on the inside. On the inside portion of the shoe, so you have a mainly bread upper. Like on the other shoe you had a mainly royal upper. This one you have a mainly bread upper on the inside of the shoe with the royal blue toe box here. So you got the, what would you call, so if we call that bread toe, what would we call this? Black and blue. Bruto. Maybe this with the bruto. So you got the bruto. No, that don't work. It's blue. It's funny enough, it is actually blue. Black, BL, and UE for the blue. So you got the blue toe here. You've got a black tongue, as you can see, and on the black tongue you have Nike Air in the royal blue on a black label bed, and the writing, as you can see there, is also blue on a black label bed. On the back you have that classic Chicago. If you look at it that way, you have that Chicago back there, which is obviously, and then leads into the bread, so it's kind of split. So you have bread, the black and red, and then you have the Chicago, which is the red and white on the heel. You also have the ankle tab here, which houses the Jordan wing in black. Iconic logo there for those of you who don't know. And of course you have a beautiful royal sole. Beautiful royal sole. It comes with 2 pairs of extra laces, which we love. 2 pairs of extra laces. I mean, a red, a blue, and then you have the stock black laces. Really, really nice. I love, you know, just when I got these and I found out they came with 2 extra pairs of laces, I was gassed. I love a lace, so you know, how can you not be gassed? Like Jordan 1s, they normally always come with a spare set of laces, which I really do like. On the inside, you have a pure white insole, which is not removable, and on one of them it has a royal blue Nike Air tab, and on the other one it has a red Nike Air logo as well. So yeah, these are really nice, really great pair. In the collection I only have the Royals. I know, amazing, right? I used to have the Chicagos, but I got them in the wrong size and I had to sell them on, obviously. And I've never, funny enough, I've never had a pair of breads. I've missed them each time, and every time the money goes crazy, and I don't want to pay that money, but I do want the breads and I do want the Chicagos. And until I get them, I can't wear these because I feel like a bit of a fraud to wear top 3 and I don't have the top 3 that these denote. So yeah, I can't wear these yet, but I think next year I do want to wear these, so that means I'll have to get a pair of breads and I'll have to get a pair of Chicagos. So c'est la vie, needs must, and the real search will begin again. Like, I've always got my eye on a pair of breads and I've always got my eye on a pair of Chicagos, but you know, as you know, those are shoes that once they come, they fly off the shelf, they're in, they're out, and you know, I think the last pair of breads that dropped, the 1985 ones, I really wanted them. I probably did enter the whole Offspring thing, but I didn't get a look in, you know. I guess, you know, let's touch on the Offspring thing, shall we? I'm not one of them person who's a salty balty, you know. I've made that up. I'm going to use that from now on. I'm not a salty balty. I'm not really one who cries over spilt milk or Creps. It's, you know, let's look at it realistically. We're crying over the fact that we don't get to give a company our money. That's stupid, right? Stop moaning about the fact that you didn't get the chance to give someone your money. This is what you should do from now on. If you miss out on a Crep, go buy a Nike stock. Yeah? Nike stocks at the moment, they're like 128, maybe 129. You know, it's just about £100, maybe just over. Like, this is what, you know, we need to be doing. Stop moaning and crying, oh, I missed out. Go buy a Nike stock that day that you miss out on a Crep. You know, that's what we should be doing. They're only shoes, and like we all love shoes, right? But you know, it's getting a bit silly. You know, the behaviors of some people, and you know, oh. Don't get me wrong. I've had my fair share of moans. You know, people who know me, they'll tell you, moaning, our resellers are out there, you know, blah, you can't get nothing because they're buying everything out. But what was the difference? I was out there as I was moaning. I wasn't like, oh yeah, resellers, while I was sat in my bed. The Creps I missed out on is because I stayed in bed that day and I didn't bloody step out. Anytime I step out, more time than not, I get the Crep that I want. Why? Because mans know how to pattern the thing, and you know how to move in a room full of vultures. You know, so it's all about you getting what you put in. You get out what you put in. So yeah, I'm not really one for moaning. As I don't enter a million raffles, I'm not really gonna sit here and go, oh yeah man, this whole system's rigged. You know, the same people are getting the Creps and this, that. I don't really care about that. It is what it is. I don't enter bare raffles. Why? Because I don't really stay on social media like that. So more time than not, I miss when Offspring do their thing. More time than not, I miss it. It's like, oh yeah, I've missed. And they always talk about this engagement thing. You know, a lot of people will drop something in the comments and say this or say that, just to say that they've dropped something. Being the fact that I'm not really one to beg friend. A lot of you out there don't know what that word means or that phrase means. Beg friend. Don't be a beg friend, innit? Do not beg friend. It doesn't look good, eh? Stop beg friending. Anywho, listen. So, as I'm not one to beg friend, man is not really that guy. So, as I'm not one to beg friend, I can't be putting a comment all the time, every time. Because A, I'm not on it. You know, I could be at work or I could be doing whatever. And I'm not really investing all my time into doing that. B, again, I don't want every shoe, so I'm not going to comment on every single post. And C, I'm not a beg friend, so I just can't do it. I can't be like, hey Offspring, you're so great, oh you're the best, everything you ever come up with is the best ideas, oh my god, you're so amazing, oh my god, those people, why didn't they enter it wrong, right? I mean, God, how many times have you got to tell them? They've entered it wrong 50 times. We'd never do that, Offspring, and on and Ariston. Alright, cool. Listen, there's nothing wrong with commenting. Listen, we all have to play the game. And this is why I'm not Salt Bae. We all have to play the game. So for those who that play the game and they put a comment and that's not the beg friending. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people who I just mimicked 30 seconds ago. Hey Offspring, you're the best. Everything you do is amazing. Those are the beg friends. Because what they're doing is they're saying stuff just to, you know, carry favor. And to me, it just looks really desperate. It's like, put your comment, say something, and move on. But, you know, to put their bits in your mouth and start bloody, you know, I think it's a bit much. Just like, calm down with all everything you say and do is correct. Because everything they say and do is not correct. You know, I'm not for one. Look, these I bought 4 years ago. I don't even know when I bought these. You know, Thunderfoot, maybe 6 years ago, whatever. Like, so for a company to tell me, oh, I've got to put my Creps on straight away, I already take umbrage to that. Now, that's your policy. Do what you want. Again, I don't have to buy with you. I don't have to win with you or whatever the thing is. They can do what they want. So I'm not gonna, to me, I think that's stupid. That's to me, right? Now, what is more stupid than that is people going, yeah man, Offspring, straight on foot, that's the way it should be. Time out. Since when? What, did you just get in the fucking game? That's the way it should be, straight on foot. Like, please, come on, grow up. That's not the way it should be. Again, I bought these 4 years ago. I've not worn them. Why? Because I ain't got the top 3. You know, if you know about shoes, you understand that not everything has to get worn straight away. Not everything has to be you know, oh, straight on foot. So I can show you that, oh, I wear my Creps. I wear my crepes in my own time. So, you know, for those of you out there who watch this and are that person, stop doing that shit. Do you know what I mean? It's not cool. It's really, it just leaves a bad taste. You know, and to me it shows what age of crepe head you are. Like, because if I ever see an OG crepe head saying, oh yeah, straight on foot, that's the way it should be, I'm gonna look at you sideways. No, for real. And by OG crepe head I mean you was here before the raffles, because, you know, that doesn't necessarily make you OG, but you know, you're in the OG Nicky category there. You know, you can put OG in front of your name. And I think I've seen people who should know better say and do this just for that offspring, you know, clout or whatever. And I kind of roll my eyes and I'm like, et tu Brute, et tu? You know, not you as well, but again, you know, people will do anything to carry favour. Or is it curry favour? Please let me know. Is it carry favour or curry favour? Anyway, so yeah, so that is kind of the shoe in a nutshell. Really nice shoe. And again, I've given you a sort of time frame, a period where things were different. You know, you queued up, you put your name down, you'd go up, you say what your initials were, you'd already have your initials on the box because they would have taken them prior. Nice and smooth is how they used to do it. One thing I give Offsprings, they've always ran it smooth. It's always been, you know, a good process. This isn't a rant about Offspring or their methods. Again, what you choose to do is what you choose to do. I'm never gonna go, hey, don't do that. What you choose to do, but do I have to agree with it? No. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, these are dope crap. I'm not gonna wear them until I get all three, and I am literally 1 for 3 at the moment, so I'm doing some more searching. But if any of you out there have a Bread or a Chicago in a size 9, UK 9, for a decent price, I don't want to pay those bend over the table and let me lube you up kind of prices. I want to pay, you know, hey, let me give you a bit of dinner first prices. Do you know what I mean? So if any of you out there can help the kid, please. You know, I don't want to have to be having these sitting thingy forever and they bloody end up cracking and I start crying because, oh my god, I could have worn them but I never got all 3 pairs. You know, we're weird people. We are crepe heads. We are weird people. What we do is weird. You know, like, why don't you just wear them? And it's because I need all 3, obviously. Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Well, no, I just need all 3. All right, stop questioning me. God damn it. Anyway, guys, this pair here, really nice pair. If you manage to pick them up and you haven't worn them, why haven't you worn them? Is it just because they've been in the stash, or are you like me waiting to have all 3? If you've worn them, I know the times you put them on, you're probably feeling yourself because they're a dope pair, man. How can you not feel yourself? Shout out to all the people I used to queue up with. You know who you are, the resellers, the collectors, whatever, man. We was all out there trying to do our thing, you know what I mean? And yeah, it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's been 2 feet Bear Creps. I've been your boy P Fire, aka P don't queue up no more, aka P can't win a raffle cause he don't enter, aka P ain't no Salt Bay, aka P ain't no Salty Boaty, aka P I need to get all 3 before I can wear the top 3. Help me out, people. Yo, it's been your boy, the Fire Boy, and this has been Once, a magazine dedicated, no, that's not right. This has been Once, We Are Not the Same, a magazine dedicated to shit that I'm into, and you have been beautiful, and thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna check you lot on the next episode. On the next episode. I normally would have cut by now, but I don't know. It's like, hey. Alright, cut.